Well, I'm fishing with Tony at Stratford on the theatre, and we're just having one of our sort of
impromptu
shootouts, and we've fished for just, I think, 2 hours and 10 minutes, haven't we? We started at 10 to 2, so we fished, I don't know, we fished for about 2 hours 15 minutes, and it was a slow start, wasn't it?
Oh, it's rock hard, yeah. All I could catch at first 10 fish were all perch.
But the last hour and a half, it's fished quite well. I think that whether it was the light or because we've been feeding and we've drawn some fish onto our line, but we both fished a waggler, haven't we?
Yeah, I fished stick and waggler. I caught on the stick to start with, and then when I changed to the waggler, there we go, it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah, I think the river, we came last week, didn't we? We had a wonderful session last week, just for, I think we fished for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day, and there's a bit more pace, wasn't there? But these, we fished further up, and these pegs are a little bit, whoa, that was brave.
Got to be, haven't you?
Now you're not putting that in your net, are you?
Oh, jeez, you're such a hard taskmaster.
Well, you beat me last time. You beat me, I think it was by about a pound and a bit over an hour and a half. So what sort of weight do you reckon you got?
Oh, I've had 30 fish. I don't know, I probably got 4 or 5 pounds, something like
Go on,
that.
have another chuck. Let's see if we can get another one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, well, I reckon I've got 6 to 7 pound, but I tend to be a bit more honest than you, Tone.
Well, that's
So
because
we'll have to see.
I haven't counted my weight. 30 fish, I don't know. A lot of small fish in there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, catch us another one. So you're fishing with a 13-foot.
No.
Yeah, 13-foot number 2.
I'm fishing for the 13-foot number 2, exactly. Hang on.
You got a bit of a twizzle up, I think.
I've just gone round the rod tip. Hang on.
It's the light's just starting to go a little bit, isn't it?
I can't blame the light on that. I don't know what I did there.
Yeah, I'll swing it around here. I'll sort it for you. So, what size waggler are you fishing? There you go.
Thank you. 3BB.
3BB waggler.
Yeah.
And what main line are you using?
14, diameter 14 edge.
Yeah. And what hook length?
I'm fishing a 08 hook length, a 22 red finesse.
Drennan Red Finesse, yeah. They're good, aren't they?
Fantastic.
Yeah, nice. I've just started using them, and I've been using an 18 and a 20 today.
You're the butcher, aren't you, eh? An 18 and a 20?
Yeah, I've caught on a single maggot on an 18. That's been the best for me.
That's hilarious.
Have you had any bonus fish?
No, yeah, all roach really. As I had a few perch to start with on the stick, then everything else has been a roach.
And it's interesting fishing here, and there's obviously a lot of fish here. You have to sort of cope with the people, the tourists and the boats.
Yeah.
And the swans, but...
Yeah, I've hooked a few of all of those.
But it's worth it for the fishing.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's another beautiful roach. That's got to be, what, 4 ounces?
At least 2.5, I'd say.
I'm saying 4 ounces.
Okay, you're flying.
But they're beautiful, chunky roach, aren't they?
They are.
Just try and hold
really
it up and show it if you can.
Hang on, we just take the hook out of there.
That one wasn't pulling out, was it?
It certainly wasn't. Jeez, it was down to its tonsils, look. Come on.
And was that on single or double?
That one was on a single. There we go.
Nice one, Tone.
3
Don't
ounce.
get putting it in the net.
Jeez.
And I think what we'll do, I'm going to go just, we'll have a look at your rig quickly if I can. And then I'm going to go and have a look at my rig, and
okay.
And what we'll do is we'll weigh in and we'll just post a photo and see who's won out the 2 of us.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just see if I can show this to the camera. It's a lovely one of Tony's old insert peacock waggler, 3BB. So he's got the bulk, and it looks like you got what down, Tone?
4 10s.
4 number 10s down. And he's got a nice long hook length with 1 number 10 on. And these looks like you fished around about 4.5 to 5 foot deep.
Yeah.
And did you catch dragging on the bottom at all?
No,
or?
not really. Just touching. Yeah, they didn't want it hard. I thought they'd want it hard on, and they didn't. So just tripping. Yeah.
Nice one, Tone. Well, I'll just go and show my gear, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
we'll weigh in and see who's won this time.
You're a nightmare, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's where Tony's fish look. Not really the best area on the theatre. You're coming into this bay. Where we fished the other night was up on about peg 3 and peg 4. So, yeah, just a bit further up. But we'll come down to my peg. So I'm sort of in the middle of the bay. And definitely the flow, you need to be fishing a bit further out
You
here.
do, yeah.
So I set a stick up, but I didn't actually even use one. So we've got Monty waiting patiently. I was just going to show you my rig. So this was my best rig. This was on my 15-foot number 1. I was using 016 edge tackle float line, so a bit heavier than you, Tone. And I was using a bit heavier float.
Yeah.
That's a straight peacock waggler, semi-loaded drake. I suppose that would be sort of like 2.5 AA. And I fished that with a bit more positive shot. I fished 3 number 8s and a number 10. And I was using a 09, a nice long 09 premium mono hook length to an 18 Drennan fine red, what finesse I think they're called. I love the fine match, and I think they've stopped making them now, so I've been trying the red finesse and I do really like them. And then the other rig I found, to start with, I had to fish well on the bottom, couldn't fish too heavily, there didn't seem to be too many fish feeding, but the last hour it started to feed really well and I was catching some nice days, so I switched over to this. This is on a 13-foot number 2. This is a 014, so a bit finer edge main line, and I fished an 08 premium mono on that to a size 20 red finesse hook. So my thinking there was, if it was a bit harder, this was going to be my rig. Obviously I could fish it deep, but I just fished it around about 4 foot deep, and that was really good in the last hour, catching some nice dace up in the water. I set a stick float up as well, but I didn't even need to fish it, but I did feed it closer in just in case I needed to rest that line. So right then, well, we'll stop the video, we'll weigh in and see how we've got on.